Hola, darlings. It's Mo.B.Outside. Welcome to the pregame. It's going to be another episode of the B-side. So if you've ever played a B-side, you know that the B-side is where we slow it down. We take a break. We take a moment. All right, so in the last episode, I gave you an intro, sort of a little bit about who I am. But right now, love is in the air, right? So I want to talk about why I love Philly. Because I've been here for such a long time. As your very own honorary John, I have to tell you what's going on and why I decided to stay. I also want to talk about how not to make your Valentine's Day suck. Because, I mean, let's just be for real. Because, like, a lot of y'all are just going to go get some flowers and go out to eat, and, like, that's just not okay. All right, and then I also want to talk about the Grammys, like the love-hate relationship, and how I just truly adore how Jay-Z showed up for Beyonce and everybody in all those categories that shouldn't have been there. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. All right. So as you know, if you've been following me, you know that I've been in Philly since 2005. So literally, I fell in love with the city of brotherly love. Okay. One of my biggest reasons of loving Philly is because there's so many things going on. So literally, my TikTok post that went viral a little over a year ago and sort of translated into the platform that you are on today, literally right now. But first things first, shout out to MQ Productions. Shout out to MQ Factory. That is where I'm filming today. Shout out to J Rich Films. I can't do any of this without them. So yes, shout out to the team. Okay, so there's always so many things going on in Philly, right? And so one of my favorite things is that there's always an annual event going on, no matter the season. So yes, it's winter now, but there's always Fishtown Freeze. There's all of the lovely things that are going on around the holidays around City Hall, the river rink at Penn's Landing, and all of the lovely things that are going through there. Into the springtime, right? We're talking about the Cherry Blossom Festival at the Japanese Tea House. We're talking about all of those new festivals that are sort of popping up. We're talking about flea markets. We're talking about farmers markets. Like there's always something going on. And actually, that is how Mo.B.Outside started. When I went viral, I literally was talking about Adunde, which is one of the largest African-American festivals in the country. Okay, shout out in the country, right here in Philadelphia. I was also talking about the Side John. Shout out to Al, shout out to Craig, shout out to the family. Y'all know I bang with you heavy. And if you've never been to the Side John, let's park there. Okay, so Adunde is on South Street, and adjacent to Adunde is a block party put on by two of Philadelphia's finest. It is an amazing time. It's literally like a little family reunion. I feel like Adunde is like a family reunion for Philadelphia. So if you're an honorary John like me and you're like, I've never been to Adunde, I know what you're talking about, that's okay. Go anyway. You're going to find some amazing food. You're going to have some amazing music. There's so many vendors, so many creatives. You're going to have an amazing time. Okay. So as I was saying, I went viral last year, blessed to be so, talking about what was going on the weekend after Adunde. So honestly, I love Adunde. I love the Side John. And I feel like that's the unofficial start of summer. It's a little early, but it's the unofficial start of summer in Philadelphia because the very next weekend is Juneteenth. And Philly does Juneteenth right. Like there's always so many things, whether it be all the way out in Kenner Square at Longwood Gardens where they do a beautiful festival. The African American Museum always puts on something wonderful, plus the parties and the picnics and all the things. Pizza in the Park is often around that time as well. Shout out to Henry Cated. Shout out to the Dope John. I could literally go on and on about all of the wonderful events, annual events, things that you can depend on. Literally, people plan their weddings and vacations around Adunde. No lie. So if you are a native Philadelphian, tell me in the comments. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me like Adunde isn't that girl, okay? In between time, while we're taking a break, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you can always stay locked into the pregame, okay? Another thing why I love Philadelphia is that we are bougie. Hear me out though, because a lot of people like to say that Philly is gritty and got the hustle and the tussle. Also true. But I'm talking about is we have some of the best restaurants in the country. Hear me, country, the whole thing, okay, New York included. We have more James Beard nominees. We also have more microbreweries and vineyards and distilleries than most states per capita. Google it. Google it, respectfully, Google it. So we have more beer in Philadelphia than there is in New York. So literally, you can go on a microbrewery tour from, I'm not even going to begin to sort of do the list, but I am going to shout out the Two Locals group is the first Black-owned brewery in Philadelphia. Like, I feel like I need some of these buttons. I need to program my buttons, y'all, so I can, like, applause can go off. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get them out. This is an official request, y'all. I'm gonna make this as a reel. I'm inviting you to the pregame. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to Mac Brewing, because the resurgence of all of the, not just the creative spaces and things that are going on in Philadelphia, but that is translating to the culinary arts, is beautiful. And I'm here for it, okay? And y'all know that I'm here for it because I put on Well Crafted every first Wednesday. Well Crafted is a beautiful event I put on with the Art of Mixology. Shout out to Lamont Darien, where we are actually going into some of the greatest spaces in Philadelphia to have some of the best well-made cocktails. So if you haven't been to Well Crafted, what are you doing? Okay? All right, so that's number 2. Number 3, and I can keep going, y'all. I can keep going. I love Philadelphians. I do. I love Philadelphians. A lot of people have a lot to say, particularly about Philadelphians, if you've only seen them on TV. If you've only seen a Philadelphia on TV, then you know an Eagles fan. You know a Phillies fan. You've seen a small child cuss out a full-grown adult, somebody grandmama at a game, and that's okay. That's okay. That is Philly. But what I love about Philadelphia is Philadelphia love a hustler. I have never met a Philadelphian that didn't have a day job, a side gig, and a passion. No, because Philadelphian is about that hustle. They're about success, and they're about that constant grind. Another thing that I love about Philadelphians, and this is not negotiable, you're not gonna come to Philly and catch a vibe. You're not. You better be the vibe, okay? You can go to New York and have the New York state of mind. You can go to LA, you can go to Atlanta, Houston, you might, soak up some energy. Philly is not giving you that. You better come to Philly and you better stand on your square, 10 toes down. Because if you don't, they're gonna call you a fraud and they're not gonna mess with you. And then you can be like, I hate it here. Nobody wants to talk to me. Right. But if you come and you're authentic to yourself and you're working and you're looking for something, I have never had a problem with collaborating with somebody. I walk up to somebody and say, oh, hi, I'm Mo.B.Outside. I run an arts and culture platform. Oh, okay, great. I know somebody that designs t-shirts. I know somebody can do audio. I know somebody that can help you out on social media, we're not, and I can say this, again, as your honorary John, that crabs in the barrel mentality, nah. If you're working, there's people in Philadelphia that are going to find you. You're going to find your tribe, and then y'all can work together. Because honestly, it's one of those things where I can tell y'all, I've been, in this industry, and that it feels like marbles in my mouth to even say, right? I feel like I've been in this industry for about a year and a half, right? And from that, I have met so many people that literally off the gate were like, oh, I can help you. Oh, have you tried this? Oh, have you considered this? Oh, have you met this person? I can literally shout out so many names where I'm at a party or I'm at a networking event or I'm somewhere and they go, oh, Mo, you need to meet such and such. That's something that I feel like is unique to Philadelphia because people are generally looking out for you. So yes, you might be from around the way and you might have your little beef, you might have your little ops, and that's on you. That's on you. They ain't got nothing to do with me. That's on you, okay? All right, so that's a little bit why I love Philly. This is why I stay, y'all. So let's return to the notes, okay? Let's return to the notes. All right, the Grammys. Let's talk about the Grammys. Y'all, I used to think that I wanted a Stedman. So y'all know that I'm single. If you follow me on TikTok, I downloaded the apps, whatever. And love is in the air and whatever, okay? So I used to tell people I wanted a Stedman, y'all. I said I wanted a Stedman. I wanted to be Oprah, and I'm gonna be her, and he gonna be him in his own right, and I'm gonna just keep moving, right? Nah, y'all. I need a Hove. I need Hove. Hove not only is one of the greatest rappers in his own right, but is also took his time. He won his own award. Took his time to say, Grammys, respectfully, you playing with my wife's name. You playing with her talent. You're playing with her capabilities and abilities. And by your own metrics, she's not even winning. How is that even possible? And I think that, I just don't like the way that the internet is treating the situation. I do feel like a lot of people are saying he's having his Kanye moment. This is not a Kanye moment. it was his turn. It was his award, right? Now, nothing against Kanye because I feel like he's one of the greatest that has ever did it. So, argue with me in the comments. But Jay-Z don't play about his wife. And this is how we know that Jay-Z don't play about his wife, because a lot of people want to talk about, oh, what about 444? What about this? What about that? If he didn't play about his wife, he wouldn't even made the album. He wouldn't have dedicated the energy that it needed to get that trust back and sort of work on your marriage. Because you gotta know that relationships are work. And especially in this spirit of Valentine's Day and sort of all those things, a lot of people like to say, oh, things should be easy. Yeah, things should be easy. But if you've ever been a student of anything, it's gonna get hard eventually. And once it gets hard, that's when you gotta show up. Are you really about that life or not? It's a good question though. Because if you're about that life, and that's gonna talk about the next thing I wanna talk about is how to not make your Valentine's Day suck. How to not make your Galentine's Day suck. Because in any relationship, you need to be putting in the work. Adult friendships are hard. Relationships are hard. Romantic relationships are hard. Familiar relationships are hard. Everything is hard. Life is hard. Adulting is hard. Okay, we got it. Heard. Figure it out. So yes, you can do the flowers. Yes, you can do the dinner. But don't just do dinner. Okay? So now if it's your favorite spot, cool. Okay? If it's one of those spots where you're like, oh, we're gonna try this new experience together, also great. But throw in some experiences in there. There's so many candle making classes, flower arrangements, midnight pasta making, y'all. Again, there's gonna be a list in the link in my bio. Go to the link in my bio. Don't just go to dinner, okay? Because it's about effort, right? And it's not just about effort just to show that you're being an effort, because there's a lot of conversations about what a simp is and how much money we're spending and whether or not we're going to Cheesecake Factory. And honestly, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Really what we're talking about is, are we making memories? Are you connecting authentically with your person? Whether or not we're talking about a romantic relationship or not. Because some of your good girlfriends is struggling. They struggling. And I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day, if I can be for real. Because if you were loving on your people, we don't need Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is just a theme for the month. Let's just call it what it is. Because we're reaching into the depths of the bottom of our pocketbook for our good girlfriends, okay? We're making memories. We're going to brunch. We are showing up at each other's houses with your favorite bottle of wine and just decompressing from the week. We're showing up with the mocktail. Shout out to the people that don't drink, because we know how that go. There's mocktail events in the city where you can take your good girlfriends that don't drink and have an amazing time. Okay, so just sit down and think about it. Also, ladies, buy a gift. Buy a gift. And it don't come from that store with the pink bag. Buy a gift. A gift. Buy an experience. There is a Black-owned spa just for gentlemen. Hook them up with the beard oils and the facial and sort of all the things. A massage. I talked about it on the Eat Your Heart Out podcast. Shout out to them. There is a perfume store, Perfumology, 3rd and Market. It's wonderful. It is for women. It is for men. Go. Yes, we're adults. A lot of people have something that they've been wearing. But you could go to Perfumology, literally try a bunch of things, buy some samples. The samples are anywhere from $5 to $10. And then every time they put on this scent, they're thinking of you. Isn't that the whole point? I want my man to smell like he my man. They're gonna be like, oh, what you got on? Oh, something, right, exactly, something Mo picked out for me. Exactly. Y'all following? Okay, cool. Speaking of Eat Your Heart Out, shout out to Larry and Lionel, shout out to Ish. We're gonna be at Pod Nation March 1st. Okay, so again, link in my bio. I need y'all to show up. Show up for me in the pregame. We're gonna be live with so many other amazing podcasters. We're gonna have an amazing time. So not only is it it's a live pod, but it's also a very unique event. I can't wait. Y'all, it's my first live show. Again, I need a drum roll. First live show, so I'm really, really excited about it. I need you there. Not for nothing though, because Mo.B.Outside and I like to see my people with me, okay? All right, I've said a lot about love, and y'all know I love to talk, but we're gonna cut this short because it is a pregame. Sending you the energy that you need to have the week that you desire. Please, please, please subscribe and follow across all platforms, and I'll see y'all outside.